What's up everybody, back with another star video, and I'm here to do a new 5-star tier list now that Don Hang has been out for a couple days and people have, shown their footage videos. I've used them myself, and to no surprise, really quickly, we'll just put him there for now. This is going to be on just the 5 stars. I might make a 4-star one at some point. The only thing with the 4 stars is I've used them a lot less, at least with the 5 stars, the ones that I haven't used, which I think I've used all of them except for maybe Branya, but that one, she's really easy to rank, honestly. I've used them in either trials on my account because I have them. I've seen people use them a lot. I've have friends who play a lot and use them, and I've just seen them play it. But regardless, I've experienced with every single one of these, so I'm pretty confident in ranking them. Now, in S are going to be the characters that kind of just are above everybody else. They're the best on what they do, or they're just like them. Don Hang. Those characters are going to be new Don Hang, Bronya, because she's just, no one does what she does support wise. Just, using her skill to make someone instantly attack is just really, really broken. And until they do that, I think she'll just stay at the top of the support list. Plus, she pretty much does everything that support wants to do. Then we are going to have Locha. No shocker there. He's pretty much just every healer's wet dream. Insanely, insanely good. Plus, he's imaginary, and there's not too many imaginary characters at the moment. It's what, Locha, Danheng, Yukong. So the fact that he is a not common element also helps with breaking toughness when you need to attack with him, and his ult does damage, so it also helps break toughness, which is really, really nice. And the healing is just absurd. Then the last one is Silverwolf, as those three are the best at what they do. Silverwolf, on the other hand, just has something no one else does, and that is implanting weaknesses to enemies. It's just really good. Plus all her other effects with her bugs, her ult lowering defense. Just a very good character in general. If there were like 3 other characters that changed weakness, I know if they were like slightly better than her, I'd probably just have her and the rest of them in A. Maybe one if it was like insanely broken would be an S, but the fact that she's the only person who does that is just, you're an S, right? Like, it is what it is. Then in the A tier, we have Bailu, which is just, not as good as Luocha, but she's still really good. So she doesn't get in the exclusive S tier, but she at least gets an A. And then we have Blade and Kafka, which I'm going to group together because they pretty much just do AoE damage. They're AoE DPSs. They do it differently. I know Kafka, DOT, Blade is, get hit, counter kind of thing. But they generally have the same thing, which is just AoE damage to enemies. That's why Don Hang is also kind of talked about with them because, they fit the same kind of mold as a DPS that's AoE based. And I'd say they do just about the same as we put in A. Kafka, is more DOT based, so you can argue she's harder to set up, or Blade's harder to set up because he needs to be attacked and you can get really unlucky with that. Whatever it may be, they still deserve to be in A. Then the rest of A is going to be Jeopard. Now, before I get into the last character, I need to say something with him. He would be S, right? He would be S, but the shield is good. It really is good, but he can't apply it. Like, if he could apply a shield, if his E froze and, if the enemy was frozen, you get a shield for your team or something like that, he would probably be an S, right? Easy S. But only being able to apply it on your ult does land him in some tricky spots, and considering how absurdly broken all the characters in S are, I feel like even though he is still by far the best shielder, I'm going to have to knock him down to A just for that. The next shielder that comes out, or preservation, I should say, the Fushron will probably be S, unless she just somehow comes out as a flop. I doubt it, right? But Jeopard, he's just an A. And then I can't, okay, so if I remove Kafka from here and I try to put her behind Zelia, it just auto puts her there because it's name-based. I think Zelia is high A, low S. The only reason she is an A is because while she is still crazy good, like I said before, the characters in S are like one of a kind. Silver Wolf weakness, right? Which is just insane healing. You pretty much just need him on the team and you got your defenses covered. Donkane does absurd damage, and then Bronya with her E is just really good, and her ultimate. Like, they just bring something to the table that no one else does, and Zele is one of the best DPSs in the game, but besides the fact that when you attack and kill someone, she can attack again, she doesn't really do anything besides damage that isn't like the super crazy, like, holy crap, she's like so, like, you know. So I'm not gonna A. Not, she deserves S or high A, but I'm gonna put her in A for mine just because, you know, like I said, S is just on another league. And then for the last one, a bit iffy on this. I think this is just like Zele. You can do high B, low A. I think Clara can still put in work. She has the same problems as Blade, and Blade is just better than her. But I would feel comfortable putting A just because she does have the taunt, right? So she can kind of deal with the problem of not getting hit, and she can whip out some pretty good damage numbers. So Clara, low A, you know, high B, whatever. I'm comfortable with both, really. Then we have B tier, which is going to be, this is going to hurt because I really like Jingyun. I pulled him a lot. Jingyun, well, Yanqing. And then the Fire Trailblazer. Pretty much, the Trailblazer is good. His shield is pretty small, and the taunt, the English is hard apparently. The taunt is kind of hard because it does take up a skill point, and you're incentivized to spam it to a certain point if you are really needing the shield and are not get hit by the enemies. I mean, it's really good, but the shield is just too weak. You know, it's hard to compete with Jeopard's like insane wall of a tank shield that he's got, so it does hurt him a little bit. Then, well, technically he's gonna count as DPS here because a lot of people use him for DPS, but Welt, Yanqing, and Jingyun pretty much just suffer from not being as good as the other characters. I'm not saying Jingyun is bad. It's just Blade and Kafka are more consistent. They don't have the problems that he does, and they can whip out a lot more damage a lot quicker because Lightning Lord takes so long. I know he's still cool though in my eyes, so I like him. And then Yanqing is just not as good as Zele, and then Welt does less damage than Blade and Kafka. I've seen like some crazy Welts, but generally I've seen Welt not do as much. He does have a bit more utility to his name though, so he's not awful, but I'm still putting him in B. And then last, C and D, Trailblazer, I shouldn't even have to talk about that. He's fake 5-star. And then Himiko, I know a lot of people are like, oh, she's not that bad, right? She excels extremely well when there's a ton of like lower, not so strong enemies, and you can break their toughness over and over. She goes crazy. When you get to bosses and they don't have minions, she falls off pretty quickly. And it's the fact that Jingyun is just better than her, Kafka is just better than her, Blade is just better than her, Clara is just better than her, Donhang is just better than her. So it's like, you have to, like, Himiko and Jingyun don't deserve to be on the same tier, so she just has to be knocked down. I'm pretty confident in this list. Let me know if you have any questions, oh, actually, I think Welt deserves A, or, how dare you put Zele in A, whatever it may be, right? Like I said, the only two things that I switched was Clara in high B, low A, and then Zele in high A, low S. Tell me what you think of the list in the comments. I'll probably make another one probably when Jinglu comes out. I don't make them after every character because it's pretty much just me going, oh yeah, Jinglu's cracked. Alright, anyway, same video as last time. Continue on. So I like to wait until a couple more characters come out, maybe see if the characters go up or down, depending on, what's happening. If you'd like to see a 4-star tier list, let me know in the comments. I'll try my best on that one, but no promises that I won't have one or two very questionable takes, because I haven't used every single character. I haven't seen everybody use every single character yet, but I will give it my best shot from what their kits are and what I have seen. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next Honkai Star video.